Welcome to the ABEX Awards. Excellence is not a skill, it's an attitude. The ABEX Awards are unique and exceptional awards in Saskatchewan, presented by business to business. The Saskatchewan businesses who have attained excellence are recognized with these ABEX Awards. The ABEX program has been recognizing Saskatchewan's outstanding businesses since 1984 and is an initiative of the Saskatchewan Chamber of Commerce. Proudly presented by Connexus Credit Union, ABEX recognizes local businesses and entrepreneurs who are leaders in their industries and epitomize excellence in these categories: new venture, growth and expansion, community involvement, innovation, service, export, marketing, priority focus, young entrepreneur of the year, community leader of the year, the Roger Phillips Chamber Builder Award, the Hall of Fame, and Business Leader of the Year. The finalists in these categories are also up for the ABEX Award for Saskatchewan Business of the Year. Along with the honor of being Saskatchewan's leading business in a particular field, winners in each category receive a replica ABEX Award, originally produced by Saskatchewan artist Doug Bentham and commissioned by Evraz Incorporated, North America. Ladies and gentlemen, your masters of ceremony for this evening's award program are Ms. Shauna Nelson and Mr. John Lajamodier.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the annual ABEX Awards, brought to you by the Saskatchewan Chamber of Commerce and presented by the Connexus Credit Union. My name is Shauna Nelson. I would like to begin by acknowledging the Indigenous peoples of all the lands that we are on today. While we are here filming at Prairieland Park in Saskatoon on Treaty 6 territory, you are all watching throughout the province. So I would like to acknowledge that we are on the traditional lands of the Cree, Nihio, Saulteaux, Anishinaabe, Dakota, Nakota, Lakota, and the homeland of the Métis Nation. We respect and honor the treaties that were made on these territories. We acknowledge the harms and mistakes of the past, and we are committed to move forward in partnership with Indigenous nations in the spirit of reconciliation and collaboration. Fully engaging Indigenous communities in the economy is vital. We want Saskatchewan to be known as the province that has enhanced the level of engagement with Indigenous peoples, Indigenous-owned businesses, and Indigenous communities. To begin tonight's celebration, we would like to welcome Fallon Baptiste from the Red Pheasant First Nation to sing O Canada in Cree and English.
O Canada, Niginani Taskinan, Sagito Win, Kichawa Simisak, Netenak, Kipasigun, Kichiki Wetnok, Uta Oche, Neteyesko, Kasitus Katinan. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Wow. Thank you very much,
Woo!
Fallon. That is awesome.
All right.
Holy
We're off to
cow.
a great start.
Thank you very much, Fallon. That was amazing. I never get tired of hearing her sing. And imagine how lucky her students are when she's teaching, hey, to have that kind of talent there. Thank you very much, Fallon. Enjoy the rest of your night. Thanks for kicking us off in a good way. Good evening, everybody. My name's John Lajamodier, and this is actually, I'm very fortunate to be my third time hosting the ABEX Awards. Now, normally this is where we'd send you off to have a great Saskatchewan-themed meal, but as we know, there's no such thing as normal in these times. So I hope you're all set at home and you got some Saskatchewan-made snacks, maybe even a meal prepared by your favorite Saskatchewan restaurateur, and that you're ready to help us celebrate Saskatchewan businesses together. The ABEX Awards have been celebrating Saskatchewan business since 1984. Celebrating each other's achievements, especially during these challenging times, will help us keep our business community strong and supported.
In the production of tonight's awards show, we would like to mention the Hotel Saskatchewan in Regina, the Weyburn Courthouse and my stomping grounds, the Sheraton Cavalier, right here in Saskatoon, for your hospitality and service during the filming of many of the speeches that you will see tonight. So many people and businesses have helped us make this event possible today, and we thank you for working with us. We also would like to express our appreciation to the ABEX sponsors who have stuck with us and honored and supported us through the year of never-ending change. I know we're going to have a fantastic tonight, John. I hope everyone at home as well. We encourage you all to join on social media and share your photos and the celebration that you're having this night. Post those photos, please, on hashtag ABEX 2020 or tagging ABEX at ABEX Awards. We know several of you are dressed up tonight as the Roaring 20s theme, and we love to see you celebrating tonight.
You took that theme and you went with it, and I'm really proud of you, and I'm a little embarrassed that all I did was do a paisley tie from the 1920s.
You know what? I was so excited to get out to actually dress from top to bottom. I've been doing the whole movid, like the mullet, so it's like, you know, business up top and cozy comfies on the bottom.
Sweatpants.
Yeah, sweatpants. So yeah, it's a different atmosphere though tonight. We don't have anyone here physically here. We're at a safe distance. You know, no one to heckle us.
Yeah, it's all about feeling.
It is.
And I noticed I was preferring to have the COVID cozies. I thought we should have that
the
award.
onesies.
Yeah.
I know Steve is wearing his onesie. I saw him later. It's got Saskatchewan Chamber logo all over. Yeah.
He's famous.
Yeah.
Nobody can rock a pair of sweatpants like Steve McClellan, from what I'm told.
Exactly.
Anyways. Well, that's awesome, folks. We want to welcome you here. And this year it's going to be a little bit of a different event. And we also changed the nomination processes for the ABEX Awards this year. With so many businesses working overtime during COVID, they felt that the traditional nomination process was unrealistic. So we opened up the process to hear from as many businesses as we could in the province. Literally blown away by the amount of nominations that came in. Over 200 people stepped forward to tell us stories about businesses and individuals that stepped up for the community in this really challenging time. And instead of having 6 finalists and 1 winner per category, we're going to celebrate 1 recipient per category that have used our social media platforms and to congratulate all the other nominees. And that's awesome. Just to be nominated for this award is a real, how would you say, feather in the hat of any sort of business. So again, like Shauna said, please visit the ABEX Awards on social media, see more of the fantastic stories of everybody who is nominated today. And if you have a story to share, tag us, put it on that social media and spread the word. So, and we'll make sure we share that story for you.
Well, this evening would not be possible without our sponsors, as I mentioned. So thank you to our presenting sponsor, Connexus Credit Union. Your continued support of this event. Throughout the evening, you'll see more from our sponsors and the wonderful work they have done in our province. So now each finalist and sponsor received a Roaring 20s themed ABEX gift box. And I've got my Vanna here to my left. Let's get them on screen. What do we got there?
Got a little bit of Bandit Moonshine.
Bandit. But is it Saskatoon Berry or is what kind of?
This is Saskatoon Berry.
Yes.
Bandit Moonshine.
So it's kind of delightfully scary drink.
And local.
And local. Awesome.
They got the hats. They got some olives. They got a little bit of this. And they also got
Trail
one
mix.
of these in there.
That's right. We'll talk about that soon. But what I would like to say is that our hospitality sponsor of these ABEX gift box was CPA Saskatchewan. And we're going to watch a video from my great friend and good friend from CPA Saskatchewan, Shelley Teal.
CPA Saskatchewan is the self-regulatory body for chartered professional accountants, CPAs, in Saskatchewan. CPAs provide crucial financial expertise to businesses in every sector of the economy. The 5,000 members and candidates in Saskatchewan and 220,000 members across Canada are highly qualified professionals who demonstrate an ongoing commitment to representing the highest standards of accounting, ethics, and best business practices. Canadian CPAs will help chart the course for Canada's post-pandemic economic recovery. Their unique blend of education, skills, and experience position CPAs to be strategic leaders and contributors to business in Saskatchewan as businesses and individuals work towards recovery.
Good evening and welcome. It is my pleasure to bring greetings on behalf of the Chartered Professional Accountants of Saskatchewan. CPA Saskatchewan values our ongoing partnership with the Chamber and appreciates the opportunity to sponsor tonight's event in its new virtual format. I would like to begin by congratulating the Sask Chamber on its 100th anniversary. The Chamber began with 26 individuals who met in July of 1920 to form a unified voice for business. Today, the Chamber thrives as the voice for Saskatchewan's business community. Saskatchewan business is navigating the challenges resulting from the global pandemic. The 5,000 CPAs in our province have been a vital part of charting the course for the current challenges and the post-pandemic economic recovery as strategic leaders and contributors to the changing landscape. CPAs are proven business leaders and advisors who have made significant contributions during this challenging time. CPA Saskatchewan is proud to support the ABEX Awards this year in the recognition of local Saskatchewan heroes and businesses who have embraced the challenging times and have proven to be resilient and innovative in how they serve their communities. Tonight, we celebrate the heart of Saskatchewan, our people, and our businesses by sharing their success stories. The world is changing quickly, technology is having a profound impact, and now we are dealing with COVID, and business must be responsive. The finalists have demonstrated that innovative and adaptable spirit in true Saskatchewan fashion. Congratulations to all of the finalists and the award winners. We are proud to celebrate your outstanding contributions to Saskatchewan business. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Shelley. With that, in addition to the theme box, each recipient received, and I'm going to have my Vanna to my left, please get him on screen here, with the beautiful gold pin, and of course, the iconic ABEX trophy. Now, it looks all dusty.
You know, this thing's been around since 2009 when I won it for Aboriginal Business of the Year.
Oh, congratulations.
No, it's nice to take it out every once in a while, blow off the dust.
Okay, well, there
and
you go.
talk
Blow
about
that dust off.
That was a
Well,
good
anyways, I would like to thank Evraz North America, our trophy sponsor, for providing these again this year.
And I thank Evraz every day when I walk into my office and I see my award. But enough about me. Now, an incredibly important part of any business is a thorough safety plan. Safety plans have had to be updated, even completely overhauled, to ensure we stay safe during this time. And we're grateful to WorkSafe Saskatchewan for all the work they're doing and for providing such great resources for our businesses here in Saskatchewan. In fact, WCB Saskatchewan is tonight's safety sponsor, and we thank them for their generosity. We'll watch a short video on WorkSafe Saskatchewan and hear from Gord Dobrolowski, the chairman of WorkSafe Saskatchewan, who'll tell us more about WCB and its mental health initiative.
The Saskatchewan Workers' Compensation Board is committed to eliminating injuries and restoring abilities. Saskatchewan's WCB works to achieve that vision by putting Saskatchewan workers and employers first and adding value through a culture of continuous process improvement. With offices in Regina and Saskatoon, the Saskatchewan WCB operates like an insurance company by providing guaranteed benefits and programs to injured workers and protecting employers from lawsuits. Its ultimate goal is zero injuries, zero fatalities, and zero suffering in workplaces around the province. Saskatchewan's WCB would like to congratulate all ABEX Award nominees and recipients this year.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm honored to be able to participate again this year in the ABEX Awards. My name is Gord Dobrowolski. As chair of the Saskatchewan Workers' Compensation Board, I'm really happy to be representing our organization as your safety partner, as well as representing WorkSafe Saskatchewan, which is the partnership between the WCB and the Ministry of Labour Relations and Workplace Safety. This is a unique year for the ABEX Awards, and the COVID-19 pandemic has created some unique challenges. However, I am really glad to see this important awards event going forward virtually. I commend the Saskatchewan Chamber of Commerce for doing an outstanding job in making sure this annual event continues. Hopefully, we'll be together in person again next year. Again, thank you for allowing me to participate, and sincere congratulations to all of the recipients. As you know, the pandemic has impacted every corner of our province and the globe, and has forced all of us to get creative in our respective businesses. COVID-19 has certainly impacted how we are able to serve our customers at the WCB and through the WorkSafe partnership in Saskatchewan. So far this year, we have seen 176 compensation claims submitted to the WCB directly related to COVID-19. Those numbers will undoubtedly climb by the end of the year. It probably won't surprise you to know that the number of mental health claims is also on the rise across Saskatchewan. So far this year, the WCB has accepted 173 mental health claims from workers in our province. No doubt, much of this related to stress associated with COVID-19, including business closures and job losses. Canadians across the country are experiencing additional pressure, both at home and on the job, as our world continues to change and adjust to this pandemic. To help address the increase in mental health claims in recent years, WorkSafe Saskatchewan has formed a partnership with Dr. Jyoti Samra, one of Canada's foremost psychological health and wellness experts. We are very excited to partner with Dr. Samra on a long-term psychological health and safety strategy. That strategy includes a resource center on the WorkSafe website with all sorts of materials to help you and business owners in creating or enhancing your own mental health programs in your workplace. These resources will help you protect the mental health and safety of your employees. The Resource Center will launch at the end of November. You might be interested to know that despite the many challenges that 2020 has presented to us, we are making real progress in meeting the WC's vision of eliminating injuries and restoring abilities. Our 2020 data won't be available until the end of this year. However, we do know that 2020 workplace injury rates have seen a decline this year. We'll be bringing more to you on this as we close out the year. Last year, 88% of employers in Saskatchewan recorded 0 injuries and 0 fatalities in their workplaces. This is a huge success and a testament to the safety efforts being done in our province. Back in 2008, Saskatchewan had the second highest workplace injury rate in Canada. From that point on, all of us, business leaders, government, labor, workers, and safety associations started to work even harder to bring that number down in the province. Now, thanks to the health and safety efforts of people like you, our workplace injury rate has dropped from the second highest to 4th among Canadian provinces. This is a significant shift. In fact, from 2008 to 2019, our workplace total injury rate dropped by almost 52% to 4.95% last year. Congratulations to each of you for your efforts in bringing this rate down. What does that mean in real terms? Well, it means that last year, even fewer businesses and communities were affected because someone was hurt at work. And we think another new initiative has the potential to drive those rates down even further. In December of last year, WorkSafe Saskatchewan launched the Fatalities and Serious Injuries Strategy. This strategy works to address the high-risk industries, occupations, and the tasks within those industries that are resulting in fatalities and serious injuries. By working together on initiatives like this strategy, we can continue to bring our injury rates down and keep all workers safe on the job. To illustrate the commitment we hope all business owners share, the familiar phrase, on time and on budget, should be expanded to say, on time, on budget, with no injuries. We believe that by adding those last 3 words, we're now covering every measure of success, including the health and safety of the people working on those projects. Before I wrap up, I'd like to say again, congratulations to all of the recipients of this year's awards. You've done an outstanding job in 2020 by adapting to circumstances none of us have encountered in our lifetime. To survive, and in many cases thrive, under those circumstances is truly impressive. So congratulations again, and thank you for inviting me to speak to you this evening. Have a great night.
Thank you, Gord, my good fellow Ukrainian friend. I miss you. The excellent work of the WorkSafe Saskatchewan has helped us all move toward Mission Zero. Even though this is a virtual show and many of you will be watching from your home or with your cohorts, we ask that you stay safe, stay healthy. So no dancing on the furniture for those of you at home. And John, I guess we got to stay off the barrels.
You know, I've always been taught stay off the barrels. So we'll take
We're
that
good, we're
part
safe.
tonight.
All right.
All right. Now, before we begin, I'd like to give you a bit more information on the nomination or the judging process. We received over 200 nominations of businesses and individuals who've done something innovative, intentional, or generous to get through the COVID-19 or the initial COVID-19 lockdown. We received nominations for companies that had implemented systems to ensure resilience or that were able to continue operating under the new restrictions. We heard stories about individuals who took it upon themselves to step up for their communities and found unique and creative ways to create that human connection that we all need. Judging was based on the uniqueness of the innovation, the thought process behind the pivot, and the achievements of that business with regard to their handling of the COVID-19, as well as their business prospects long term. The judges are comprised of past chairs of the Saskatchewan Chamber of Commerce, and they reviewed the nominations and cast their votes for the Business of the Year. Now, this coveted award will be announced live at the end of our program tonight. Now, to move on to our first award category, the Saskatchewan Business Hall of Fame. The Saskatchewan Business Hall of Fame was established in 1990 to recognize businesses that have demonstrated excellence over the extended period of time and have contributed to the economic well-being of our lovely province. The Saskatchewan Business Hall of Fame is presented by Connexus Credit Union. We're going to watch a video on the presenting sponsor, Connexus Credit Union, and then hear from Maggie Sinclair of Connexus Credit Union as she presents the Saskatchewan Business Hall of Fame Award to the Flamin Group of Companies.
The Saskatchewan Business Hall of Fame was established in 1990 to recognize businesses that have demonstrated excellence over an extended period of time and have contributed to the economic well-being of Saskatchewan. The Saskatchewan Business Hall of Fame is presented by Connexus Credit Union. Connexus Credit Union has been serving communities across Saskatchewan since 1937. With $200 in assets and 30 members, transactions were done with a handshake out of the back room at the Co-op grocery store. 83 years later, Connexus remains passionate about the success of Saskatchewan business and is a proud presenter of the annual ABEX Awards. In 2020, Connexus launched the Connexus Kindness Capital Fund that reinvested $210,000 into communities across Saskatchewan, encouraging a return on kindness by recognizing those who respond to COVID-19 in extraordinary and ordinary ways. Connexus Credit Union would like to congratulate all ABEX recipients for their innovation, resilience, and above all, generosity this year.
Good evening, everyone. I'm thrilled that we found a way to continue to celebrate business in Saskatchewan this year more than ever as we do this from our virtual watch parties across the province. I'm so proud to share this night of recognition with all of you on behalf of the Connexus team, our board, and our members. We are truly grateful to be the presenting sponsor of the ABEX Awards and to play a small part in the celebration of entrepreneurship at its finest. Being a part of the community is fundamental to who we are, and celebrating and supporting those who make our province a better place, and an evening like this just makes sense. We may not all be in the same room tonight to celebrate business in Saskatchewan, but we are still celebrating the resilience and innovation that describes business in Saskatchewan. Each year, the Hall of Fame Award is presented to a Saskatchewan-based business that exemplifies both resilience and innovation that I was just speaking about, paving the way for others to learn and follow their lead and play a pivotal role in transforming the economic landscape of our province. Over the course of its almost 60-year history, this year's inductee is a company whose name has become synonymous with the quality products, reasonable prices, and outstanding customer service. Though through steady expansion and innovation, this company has transformed from a rural-based reseller of grain bins from their family homestead to a Western Canadian retail powerhouse with locations across the prairies, a vast and diverse product line, and an ever-growing base of loyal and valued customers. On behalf of Connexus, I'm pleased to have the honor of inducting the Flaman Group of companies to the Saskatchewan Business Hall of Fame. My sincere congratulations to Dawn, your family, and all of the team at the Flaman Group of companies. Congratulations.
For over 60 years, the Flaman name has become synonymous with quality products, reasonable prices, and outstanding customer service. Through hard work, resourcefulness, and innovation, the company has grown from a rural-based reseller of grain bins that operated off the family homestead to a multi-divisional organization with locations across the prairies. The vast and diversified product line, along with an ever-growing base of loyal and valued customers, makes Flaman a true Western Canadian success story. In 1959, Frank Flaman settled on a farm near southeast Saskatchewan. To make the most of his farm investment, he began contracting out his equipment and services to other producers. Throughout the 1960s and 70s, Flaman steadily grew as Frank bought in bulk and resold products. By the 1980s, the Flaman name had spread far beyond the Southie area, and retail stores were opened in 7 different locations across the prairies. In the 1990s, Frank's focus shifted from geographic expansion to diversification. Flaman Fitness was one such venture. Starting out with only a few treadmills, the division has now become Western Canada's largest fitness equipment retailer. Flaman Trailers began with the purchase of a 5-bale carrier and has since developed into the largest trailer dealership in Western Canada. With the cost of equipment always climbing, producers quickly embraced the idea of renting items they only needed occasionally, and the Flaman Rentals division was created. There are now over 70 Flaman rental dealerships across the Canadian prairies and into the United States. Today, the Flaman Group of companies operates 32 corporate retail locations and employs over 340 people while staying true to its small-town roots.
This is a tremendous honor for our family and for our employee group. We come from very humble beginnings. Our company was started back in 1959 by our parents on a farm about 30 miles north of Regina. Today we have VAG equipment locations right across the prairies and Flaman Fitness locations from Vancouver Island all the way to Toronto. On behalf of my brothers, Rudy and Steve, and our families, I want to say a sincere thank you to our customers who have supported us for all these years. And congratulations to the Chamber on your 100th anniversary. We certainly do appreciate everything you do in this province. And thank you to our employee group. We are extremely proud of the people who work within our company, and it is because of them that we're here today. Saskatchewan is a fantastic place in which to do business, and it is a great place to call home. Thank you.
Congratulations to the Flaman Group. I love going by your business and seeing what's on the treadmill next. It's always a jersey of some kind or a boa. Tonight there might be a boa on there, and maybe they have the ABEX Awards. Anyways, let's move on. Our next set of awards are unique. We are awarding 3 ABEX Awards of Merit to an individual, an organization, and a family that has supported their communities in these unprecedented ways. We're going to be celebrating Melissa Carson, Harbor Landing Village, and the Day family. We will hear more about each recipient after the short video from the ABEX Award Merit presenter, which is the Saskatchewan Chamber of Commerce.
The ABEX Awards of Merit are awarded to businesses and individuals that have gone above and beyond in caring for their community during the COVID-19 pandemic. These awards are presented by the Saskatchewan Chamber of Commerce. The Saskatchewan Chamber of Commerce continues to be the advocate for the Saskatchewan business community 100 years after it was formed on July 21, 1920. The Saskatchewan Chamber serves as a unified voice of business, advocating to ensure that Saskatchewan's business climate supports the success of Saskatchewan business in Canada and around the globe. The Saskatchewan Chamber works to ensure that businesses are treated with well-deserved respect and careful consideration. and it continues to be a trusted voice for reason and pragmatism for its members and for the business community at large.
Hello, my name is Steve McClellan. I'm the CEO of the Saskatchewan Chamber of Commerce. Our chamber has been the voice of Saskatchewan business since 1920, and since 1984, we've hosted and celebrated the Saskatchewan ABEX Awards. While the annual ABEX celebration is a little different every year, this time it's a first in many ways. 2020 has certainly been a year more filled with upheaval than any year, certainly in my lifetime. This year, everyone in our province is a winner in one way or another. Everyone has found a way to deal with the new normal, and in Saskatchewan, we've done it with compassion and understanding. What has stood out in this global pandemic is the generosity and kindness of Saskatchewan individuals and communities. We felt it was important to take some time in this year's ABEX Awards to salute the actions of some who have become everyday heroes during this pandemic, and I'm pleased to present an ABEX Award of Merit to 3. These unique awards are presented to Melissa Carson from Weyburn, the Day family at Fast Trucking in Cardiff, and the Harbour Landing Village in Regina. Their extraordinary efforts in caring for their communities are clear representations of Saskatchewan spirit. Congratulations to them all.
Melissa Carson is a caretaker at an elementary school in Weyburn and began the Facebook page Feed Our Truckers to support truck drivers, the unseen heroes, during the COVID-19 pandemic. Noticing that long-haul truckers had limited access to meal options during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, Melissa began serving hot homemade meals nightly at a Weyburn truck stop. Melissa served over 700 meals in a span of 57 consecutive days. After taking a much-needed weekend off, she continued providing meals until the beginning of July. Nearly 1,000 hot meals and over 1,000 homemade muffins were served between March 26 and July 10th.
I would like to thank the Saskatchewan Chamber of Commerce for the honor of being selected as a recipient for the Award of Merit at this year's ABEX Awards. To be recognized as one of Saskatchewan's everyday heroes is truly a blessing and an honor. If you would have told me I'd be standing here today, back in March, when Feed Our Truckers began, I would have never believed you. I started out preparing meals for my parents, who are long-haul commercial drivers. That then led into serving half a dozen hot meals nightly at my local truck stop, which quickly turned into serving, on average, 16 meals every night for 55 nights in a row. The need for access to hot meals was apparent when the world came to a standstill. Our commercial drivers never slowed down, ensuring essential supplies made it into commercial consumer hands. The genuine and heartfelt appreciation from drivers who received a meal never went unnoticed. I have made some lasting friendships with a few of my regular drivers and still get the odd text asking if meals are still available. I was told by many drivers that their wives said I was spoiling them. I had drivers tell me they hadn't had a hot meal in 3 to 4 weeks, and I even had a couple drivers tear up when I asked if they needed a meal. In total, just under 1,000 meals were served in a span of about 100 days. Once again, I would like to thank the Saskatchewan Chamber of Commerce, as well as the sponsors and supporters who make the ABEX Awards successful. Thank you.
Harbour Landing Village is a true community within a community. This locally owned senior care and living residence has an intergenerational focus with a connection to the broader community. The unique village concept blends families, children, seniors, staff, and volunteers, encouraging engagement and social interaction between generations. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit, staff at Harbour Landing Village in Regina took several approaches to keep their clients safe, including moving some of its senior staff into the retirement community for more than 55 days. The move demonstrated commitment and leadership to the 150 village employees and delivered peace of mind and comfort to its residents and their families.
Hi, my name is Jansen Anderson, and I'm the President and CEO of Harbour Landing Village in Regina. On behalf of our entire team and our Board of Directors, I would like to thank the Saskatchewan Chamber of Commerce for this important and prestigious award. The nomination came unexpectedly, and we are honored to have been chosen. The Award of Merit is recognition for the extraordinary dedication and commitment from our staff in all areas of the village who remain focused on the health and safety of our residents, staff, and community during the ongoing pandemic. The pandemic is still with us, but the Award of Merit provides an opportunity to reflect on how far we've come. We are proud of our response thus far, especially our incredible employees who have provided care and comfort to nearly 200 combined residents and children in our child care center. Thank you to all of our amazing staff at Harbour Landing Village. You are truly the best ever. And congratulations to the other award winners this evening and finalists, and to the entire organizing committee for the 2020 ABEX Awards.
Fast Trucking Service is an oil field trucking company based in Cardiff, Saskatchewan. With the intense downturn in the oil and gas industry, road bans approaching, and the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic, Fast Trucking was forced to lay off 250 employees for the first time in more than 60 years. To ensure employees were able to continue putting food on the table until federal supports became available, the Day family gave employees co-op gift certificates valued at a combined total of $50,000. Work is slowly starting to pick back up for Fast Trucking, and with the help from the government wage subsidy program, it has been able to hire back 135 employees.
First of all, I'd like to thank the Chamber of Commerce for nominating Fast Trucking for this award. It's a huge award for our family. Tony was nominated a few years ago for one, and he didn't win it, so to get this one is pretty special for us. Back in March, when pandemic hit, it was road banned, it was slow for us, and I actually had a dream that my dad was standing beside the bed and said, "You got to shut the place down because we're going to go broke. We don't know." In 60 years, we've never closed our place. We've weathered the storms and kept rolling, but when this hit, it was just something that we had to do. And after I did it, I was worried about my guys and getting relief from the government, so I was actually just in the grocery store. I seen one of the guys, he had a 10-pound ham and 4 dozen buns, and that's what he's gonna eat the next 10 days. So I thought, that's what I am gonna do. So I went back, talked to Vi and the rest of my family, and they thought it was a good idea. Our company is in Cardiff, Saskatchewan. It's a small town. All of our companies are in most small towns, so everybody's like family to us, not an employee. So on behalf of myself, Vi, Linda, Teresa, my late father, Tony, and their families, and everyone at Fast Trucking, we are very honored to receive this award. Thank you very much.
Wow, such great speeches, such great stories. Dennis, you get best dressed. You're like the godfather of trucking. And his dad's name is Tony. Like, seriously. Anyways, I mean, we've heard so many great, wonderful stories that have been highlighted by some generosity of people in this province. I know there's so much more that's going on. I'm so proud. We're so proud to be here and have this opportunity to share these stories with everybody out there in TV land.
Yeah, amazing. That was absolutely uplifting. 3 people. Thank you very much for all they've done for our province, their staff, the community. That's just the power of Saskatchewan.
Exactly.
Hey? So I'm pleased to announce our next award. The recipient of the 2020 Roger Phillips Chamber Builder Award is Richard Ahenecue. Now, Richard's been a supporter of the Chamber Network in Saskatchewan and Canada for well over a decade, and we've all really, really benefited from his leadership.
Monica Kruger will present the 2020 Roger Phillips Chamber Builder Award. Monica is the 2020-21 chair of the Saskatchewan Chamber, founder, president, and chief visionary officer of Global Infra Brokers Incorporated. And then we're going to hear from my friend Richard Ahenecue.
Love Richard.
The Roger Phillips Chamber Builder Award is presented by the Saskatchewan Chamber of Commerce.
Good evening and thanks for tuning in. The role of the Chamber is to be an advocate, to represent the views of its members and the business community, to bring businesses together to discuss issues of importance and find ways to grow our province in a meaningful way. We are here to make Saskatchewan the best place to live, work, and invest. We do that through the leadership of a stellar board, a talented team led by our CEO, Steve McClellan, and the members who tell us what they need, are engaged in their communities, bring their diverse viewpoints and ideas to the table, and volunteer their time to creating the great province we live in. The Roger Phillips Award is a way to honor an individual who has been that role model in our community and chamber. A person who has dedicated their heart and soul to those they serve in their work and families, and in our province without question, and with both feet solidly in. When I was asked to select that person this year, in my role as chair, I didn't have to think for a moment. I got to know Richard Ahenecue a number of years ago when we were at a chamber conference. His natural ability to network with businesses, governments, and organizations with an open mind and ear, gathering knowledge and bringing the concerns of others to the table was evident. His history of growing organizations in a mindful way has earned him the respect of his peers and our community. His ability to step into the limelight as the first Indigenous chair of a provincial chamber in Canada, with humility and authenticity, meant that we were able, as a chamber, to raise the bar on leadership in our country. And he does all of this by keeping his family front and center and spreading his sense of humor. It is indeed an honor and a sincere pleasure to be able to present the Roger Phillips Award this evening to a dear friend, mentor, advocate for business, and dedicated volunteer in the Saskatchewan Chamber, Richard Ahenecue.
Richard Ahenecue is the general manager of the Northern Lights Casino in Prince Albert and an active member of the Saskatchewan business community. Richard is a proud member of the Atakakoop First Nation and serves on the Atakakoop Cree Developments Board, offering insight to business strategies and community initiatives. Richard actively served on the board of the Saskatchewan Chamber of Commerce for over 8 years and was the first Indigenous chair of a provincial chamber of commerce in Canada. He received an honorary diploma from Saskatchewan Polytechnic in 2011, and his outstanding contributions to his community were recognized in 2012 when he received the Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Medal of Distinction. Some of his community involvement efforts include working closely with the Red Cross Society as a volunteer, board member, and incoming chair. He is also a strong advocate for WCB's Mission Zero Workplace Safety Initiative. Richard also serves on the Prince Albert Board of Police Commissioners, offering advice and creating positive opportunities for developing the committee. Richard actively shares his expertise with various organizations through board or committee participation, including CAA Saskatchewan, the Saskatchewan Chamber of Commerce Human Resource Committee, Prince Albert Tourism Board of Directors, Northern Lights Casino Powwow, and the SaskTel Governance Committee for Saskatchewan. Richard Ahenecue is a dedicated husband, father, and grandfather. He remains one of Saskatchewan's most respected business leaders, community leaders, and he is a true advocate for the Chamber Network in Saskatchewan and Canada.
Good evening. I'd like to start off with a thanks to the board chair, the board, and the selection committee for choosing me to be Roger Phillips Business Award winner this year. I can't tell you how humble I am, how honored I am to be here, how humbling it is to follow such incredible people who've received this award over the years. And that, you know, I've met so many great people during the time with the Chamber, so many people who care about this province, care about the people, who care about the future of people in Saskatchewan. And that, you know, I've learned so much. I've met so many mentors. You know, it's incredible to be recognized as the first First Nations chair of any provincial chamber in Canada. But what's even more humbling and more honoring is the fact to see so many First Nations people now coming through the doors of the chamber and doing their part, like young Thomas Benjo. And that, it's incredible to see that. It's been an incredible experience, and I continue to enjoy those friendships I've made under, to remember the good times that we had, and and how active the Chamber was in making sure that this province has a better chance, has a better future. So thank you to everybody. I appreciate my time with you and the time that you all spent with me to make me feel welcome. Have a great evening.
Wow. Congratulations, Richard. And, just for the record, Richard started at that casino when it opened as a janitor. And to show the testament of his skills and ability to learn, and the employers see it and invest in him, and now he's like the CEO and he is the chamber chair, like that just shows you what dedication, hard work can do, and opportunity, and he took it, and that's just great. So good job, Richard, but now we're going to move on to the categories for the rest of the evening, and so make sure you stay tuned for more inspiring business resilience and success stories, and at the end of the night, the live announcement of the Business of the Year. But first, we're going to do the Innovation Award. The ABEX Innovation Award is presented to a business that's utilized an innovative product, technology, or system to tangibly contribute to improved sales or productivity. The ABEX 2020 recipient has used an innovative approach to successfully manage challenges brought about by the COVID-19. The 2020 recipient of the ABEX Innovation Award is the Devereux Group of Companies. The Innovation Award is sponsored by Saskatchewan Polytechnique. So let's see a little video about the Saskatchewan Polytechnique.
The ABEX Innovation Award is sponsored by Saskatchewan Polytechnic. Saskatchewan Polytechnic is Saskatchewan's only polytechnic and the province's primary institution for post-secondary applied education and research. The institution fuels provincial growth by providing qualified, work-ready graduates to meet labor market demand with campuses in Prince Albert, Saskatoon, Regina, and Moose Jaw. Sask Polytech is committed to offering a broad range of educational experiences that are student-centered and employer-responsive. Sask Polytech is passionate about encouraging innovation in its students and is a proud sponsor of the ABEX Award for Innovation.
Tawau Hawanin Tenchi Atlanate, on behalf of Saskatchewan Polytechnic, we are pleased to be able to offer and sponsor the ABEX Innovation Award again this year. Innovation is critical to the success of business. We have a keen understanding of this at Saskatchewan Polytechnic because of our deep ties with many of the businesses in Saskatchewan. We value our close working relationship with Saskatchewan's business community. Our graduates are employed in virtually every sector in every industry in the province, and we are passionate about creating an environment where learners gain the skills, knowledge, and abilities to achieve and succeed in work, in their communities, and in life. Employers who hire our graduates expect and rely on the applied, job-ready skills that our students gain through hands-on learning experiences and opportunities offered by many of the businesses that are in the room this evening or that are virtually here tonight, I guess I should be saying. To the winners of this year's Innovation Award, the Devereux Group of Companies of Regina, please accept our deepest congratulations. Thank you.
The Devereux Group of Companies based in Regina builds and manages premium apartment communities and commercial structures across Western Canada. To assist its clients and ensure resilience in its own business, Devereux designed a tenant assistance and rent deferral program to actively support tenants who experienced financial challenges due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The rent deferral process allowed qualified tenants to defer portions of their rent without penalty, interest, or late fees. The program works on an individual basis with a custom plan devised for each tenant. Devereux were the first landlords in Saskatchewan to provide this kind of support to tenants. Devereux also dedicated time and resources to training its staff on the provincial and federal financial assistance programs, which ultimately led to sustainable support for tenants and a low rental payment delinquency rate.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dennis Jones, and I'm the President and CEO of the Devereux Group of Companies. I'd like to start this evening by thanking the Chamber for this very prestigious award and recognizing our sponsor, Saskatchewan Polytechnic, for all their support. Over the past 10 years, Devereux has grown into 6 different cities and 4 different provinces. It is the team at Devereux that has made this growth possible. It is their constant innovation at all levels and commitment to continuous improvement that makes this team special. Their response to the pandemic was no different. They provided a unique and innovative approach to support our tenants while providing a safe environment for both our staff and our customers. I am proud to represent Devereux here this evening and to accept this award on their behalf. Thank you very much and good evening.
Congratulations, Devereux Group of Companies. So let's now continue to the Service Awards. The ABEX Service Awards is presented to a business demonstrating exceptional performance in providing quality customer service. Judging considered the relative size and particular conditions of the business, as well as the growth potential, stability, investment strategy, and quality of the customer service initiatives. The 2020 recipient of the ABEX Service Award is Indian Head Bakery. The Service Award is sponsored by CN, so let's hear from CN.
The ABEX Service Award is sponsored by CN. CN was founded in 1918 and is internationally regarded as a world-leading transport and logistics company. CN is a true backbone of the Canadian economy, whose team of approximately 24,000 railroaders across Canada and over 1,000 employees in Saskatchewan transport more than $250 billion worth of goods annually. CN is committed to Saskatchewan's economy and announced $105 million in 2020 to support growing demand and strengthen supply chains. CN is synonymous with quality and service and is a proud sponsor of the 2020 ABEX Award for Service. CN congratulates all winners and finalists at this year's ABEX Awards.
My name is Carrie Crozier, and I am CN's General Manager of Operations for Saskatchewan. For over 100 years, CN has contributed to the fabric of Saskatchewan and Canada by being essential to the economy, our customers, and the communities we serve. This year is no different. Today, CN is a world-class transportation leader and trade enabler. Our customers' success is important to us, and during this unprecedented year, CN has played an essential role enabling our customers' supply chains so their products can reach their market. CN safely transports more than 300 million tons of natural resources, manufactured products, and finished goods throughout North America every single year. As the only railroad connecting Canada's eastern and western coast with the southern tip of the U.S. through a 19,500-mile rail network, CN and its affiliates continue to contribute to community prosperity and sustainable trade and will for decades to come. CN has made historic investments in rail and safety infrastructure in the province. These have included expansion projects like the construction of approximately 35 miles of double track in 4 separate locations. This has strengthened our resiliency and ability to better serve our customers, Saskatchewan's businesses and exporters. More than 1,100 railroaders call this province home. Each day they focus on safely and efficiently transporting grain, potash, fertilizer, intermodal consumer products, forestry, metal, and automotive products to support their neighbors and provincial manufacturers and industries. A CN railroader knows the importance of providing excellent service, which is why CN is a sponsor of the 2020 ABEX Award for Service. Congratulations to all the finalists at this year's awards, and this year's winner, Indian Head Bakery.
Indian Head Bakery is a family-run business in Indian Head that was established in 1950. During the COVID-19 closure, Indian Head Bakery found creative ways to serve its customers and community. The High Five campaign was created as a way to continue connecting with customers. The premise was that customers who ordered lunch for pickup could donate an extra $5 to have a meal delivered to someone in the community. From there, the program evolved, and the community began calling Indian Head Bakery with donations to provide delivered meals to the elderly, those recovering from surgery or illness, residents with financial need, and even some residents who just needed a pick-me-up. What began as a way to serve customers became a positive program for the town of Indian Head.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, fellow recipients. Wow.
We felt it was quite an honor just to have been nominated for an award, but finding out we were winners of the 2020 ABEX Award for Service was incredible. The weekend that restaurants were closed, our manager Melanie brought the idea for the High Five Lunch campaign to me. She was concerned about the morale of our customers, the fact that we had laid off employees, and the financial challenges brought about by the economic slowdown. So, with those thoughts in mind, we kicked off the campaign, and well, it took off like wildfire. It didn't matter who you were or what your needs, people were all in. Over the course of a month, we delivered over 2,500 meals and brightened a lot of people's days. We couldn't believe the response. To be known as everyday heroes, though, seems a bit of a stretch. It was the people in the community supporting one another that made the campaign so successful. We were only the vehicle that allowed it to happen. So, we start our thank yous here. Thank you to everyone in the community that supported the campaign. Anonymous or not, your donations not only helped support the bakery, but fostered a spirit of hope both within Indian Head and in the surrounding communities. To our staff for embracing the demand of the High Five campaign, to Kate for organizing the routes and drivers each day, and to our drivers, both regular and guest, Kate, Glenn, Lisa, Dawn, Trish, and Scott. Thank you to all the smiling faces waiting for your delivery each day. Thank you for the many cards, notes, and tokens of appreciation. Finally, thank you to CN for sponsoring the 2020 Award for Service, and to the Sask Chamber of Commerce for hosting the awards. We are truly honored. Our sincerest congratulations to all award recipients tonight. Thank you.
Wow. Congratulations, Indian Head. You know, big business or small in Saskatchewan, we're resilient, right?
We are.
That is just awesome. So now our next award tonight is a bit different, the ABEX Award for Export. This award is typically awarded to a business that demonstrates exceptional performance in exporting Saskatchewan goods nationally and internationally. The recipient in 2020 has demonstrated export excellence in a range of other products and is a leader in the global scientific community working on a COVID-19 vaccine. The 2020 recipient of the ABEX Export Award is Vido Intervac. Vido Intervac is owned by the University of Saskatchewan, is an integral part of that institution. We're proud of the work that is being done right here in Saskatoon. But before we hear about Vido Intervac's work, we're going to watch a video about the sponsor of the ABEX Export Award, STEP, the Saskatchewan Trade and Export Partnership.
The ABEX Export Award is sponsored by the Saskatchewan Trade and Export Partnership. The Saskatchewan Trade and Export Partnership, or STEP, is the provincial agency dedicated to bringing Saskatchewan goods and services to the world. Saskatchewan is one of the most export-dependent provinces in one of the most export-dependent countries in the world, and STEP provides critical support for Saskatchewan's exporters in established markets while tapping into new markets through a comprehensive suite of programs and services, including outgoing and incoming trade missions. STEP is a proud sponsor of the 2020 ABEX Export Award and congratulates all ABEX Award recipients. STEP, connecting Saskatchewan businesses to the world.
Thank you for the introduction and good evening, everyone. At the outset, I want to extend our sincere appreciation to Steve and the Saskatchewan Chamber of Commerce for reaching this important milestone anniversary. For 100 years, the Chamber has fostered an environment to make Saskatchewan the best place to work, to live, and to invest. STEP is relatively young by that standard. We turn 25 next year. But in that time period, we've worked closely with the Chamber to not only help create that environment, but to extend it to the international stage, to connect Saskatchewan businesses to the world. Indeed, this is the 18th year that we've partnered with the Chamber to sponsor the ABEX Awards, and we couldn't be more delighted to present virtually the 2020 Export Award to our good friends and colleagues at Vido Intervac. Vido Intervac have been active members of STEP for just over 10 years, and they've joined us on numerous international missions to promote their products and services, including a trade mission just last year to Japan and South Korea. But it's important to note that Vido Intervac is receiving this award not only for their export activity, but for their important research to combat the COVID-19 global pandemic. Saskatchewan is one of the most independent and most dependent provinces in the world when it comes to exports. Indeed, the pandemic and its travel and its gathering restrictions have seriously limited our ability to engage on that international marketplace. And so it's critical that Saskatchewan exporters be well positioned to re-engage and re-establish their customer base. Vito Intervac's work will not only help to flatten the curve, but will help us get ahead of the curve so that the 20s can roar again. On behalf of the provincial government partners, our board of directors, and the nearly 400 STEP members from around the province, congratulations to Vito Intervac, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Vito Intervac, based at the University of Saskatchewan in Saskatoon, is a world leader in infectious disease research and vaccine development. With over 45 years of experience in animal and human health, Vito has produced 8 commercially available vaccines, 6 of which are world firsts. As part of its rapid response to the COVID-19 pandemic, Vito was the first in Canada to isolate the virus, develop an animal model of infection, and have a vaccine candidate in preclinical testing. The organization continues to advance its vaccine toward human clinical trials and is simultaneously supporting the development of other vaccines, antivirals, and therapeutics for over 60 organizations around the world. The Vito Intervac team has dedicated countless hours working under extreme pressure to make these scientific advancements possible with financial support from the Government of Canada, Government of Saskatchewan, and the Canada Foundation for Innovation.
Well, it's a great privilege for me to accept this award on behalf of a team of really highly committed staff members at Vito Intervac. With this pandemic really starting in January, we had a whole large group of people stepping up and working tirelessly both in the lab as well as in the administration, in the contract research, as well as in our animal care group. And so it's a well-deserved award for our individuals. Thank you so much for the Chamber of Commerce and also to the sponsor STEP for this award. This is really what Vito Intervac is all about. The pandemic came, we started our work early in January, and with the tireless efforts of all of our staff members, we're able to, within weeks only, to have a vaccine candidate that we then started to test in our animal model. We're now happy to say that the vaccine is going into human clinical testing just in December of this year, and we're looking forward to have a Made in Canada vaccine for Canadians as early as next year. Beyond that, our team really has stepped up and helped a lot of other Canadian companies on working on their vaccines, their antivirals, and their therapeutics. Well over 70 contracts have been and are underway at Vito Intervac right now. And so again, this is really Vito stepping up, Vito becoming or taking the role of a national center in Canada to work on this pandemic. And with this award, I'd just like to acknowledge all the people that have so tirelessly worked on it. And I'm thanking you for this award and for the organization, and happy to accept it on behalf of the team. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Congratulations, Vito Intervac. This is important work that's being done right here in our province. So right now we're going to move on to the next award in our lineup tonight, and that is one of my favorites, the Community Involvement Award. The winner of this award is Spiro's Family Restaurant out in Lloydminster, right on the edge. All right, living on the edge. And boy, do they have a fun social media presence. And they have been able to lift up their community. So with that being said, the ABEX Community Involvement Award is proudly sponsored by Grant Thornton LLP. So let's roll the Grant Thornton video.
The ABEX Community Involvement Award is sponsored by Grant Thornton LLP. Grant Thornton LLP is a leading Canadian accounting and advisory firm providing audit, tax, and advisory services to private and public organizations. Grant Thornton LLP is a trusted and reliable source of advice for businesses who are navigating the impacts of COVID-19 and all of the government programs that have come along with it. Grant Thornton focuses on being a bold and positive leader in the professional services industry, and is proud to support businesses in Saskatchewan and to be part of its resilient business community. Congratulations to all of the ABEX 2020 nominees for their outstanding achievements.
I'm Ted Hilstead, the managing partner of Grant Thornton LLP. We are an audit, tax, and advisory accounting firms with locations in Regina, Saskatoon, Prince Albert, and Weyburn. Grant Thornton is one of Canada's largest national accounting firms, but is new to Saskatchewan through amalgamations of various long-standing Saskatchewan accounting firms that have helped to add to their services. Our core purpose is clients, colleagues, and community. We live this purpose every day of our life, and why we are proud to sponsor the Saskatchewan Chamber of Commerce Community Involvement Award. These nominees are leaders in their own community for sports, culture, and betterment. They do this not just because it's the responsible thing to do, but because it is the right thing to do to improve so many lives. As with Grant Thornton, this is a core belief of these businesses. We celebrate these businesses tonight to shine a spotlight on the best of the best, and to say thank you for stepping up. On behalf of the partners and colleagues of Grant Thornton, the Saskatchewan Chamber of Commerce, your colleagues in business, and to the citizens of Saskatchewan, we congratulate all of the nominees and specifically to congratulate the award recipient, Spiro's Family Restaurant.
Spiro's Family Restaurant is a third-generation eatery located in the south of Lloydminster, founded by Spiro and Tina Kokonis. Spiro's is a cornerstone business in its community, and when the COVID-19 pandemic hit, Spiro's used its strong social media presence and innate desire to support local businesses to shine a spotlight on businesses in Lloydminster and surrounding area with the Love Local message. By showcasing what local businesses were offering, hours of operation, and how to shop safely through entertaining and uplifting Facebook videos, which reached 4,000 views each, Spiro's helped the Lloydminster community feel connected and supported. Local businesses saw significant uptick in phone and online orders thanks to the creativity and generosity of the Spiro's initiative.
On August the 15th, 1970, my wife and I, with our 3 little children, endeavored to leave Saskatoon and go to this little town of Lloydminster to operate a small gas station restaurant. With hard work and determination, and mainly our trust in God, we succeeded. Now, 50 years later, we stand back and see our hard work wasn't in vain. We see our second and third generation following our footsteps with the same determination as we had and still have. Today, I count it a great privilege to stand before you on behalf of my wife, Tina, our daughter Maria, and our granddaughter Eleni, and receive this great honor that you have bestowed upon us. Thank you.
Wow, that's excellent. My wife is from Lloydminster, like the Saskatchewan side, so she's all right. But whenever we're in Lloyd, we often hit Spiro's, and it's as good a food as their award is worthy.
I love it. Love local.
Yes.
Yes.
Shop local, folks. Support your neighbors. So congratulations again to the folks at Spiro's. So our next award category is the Priority Focus Award. This award focuses on different priority every year and is presented to a Saskatchewan business demonstrating business excellence in an area that mirrors a select Saskatchewan Chamber of Commerce policy priority. In 2020, that policy is resilience. The 2020 recipient of the ABEX Priority Focus Award is the Tangerine Group of Companies. Before we find out how Tangerine managed to pivot in 2020, let's find out more about the sponsor of this award, the Saskatchewan Indian Gaming Authority.
ABEX Priority Focus Award is sponsored by the Saskatchewan Indian Gaming Authority. The Saskatchewan Indian Gaming Authority, also known as SIGA, was formed 25 years ago with a goal to improve the lives of First Nations people through the creation of employment and economic development opportunities within the gaming industry. Founded on the basis of integrity, enhanced quality of life, and strong business practices, SIGA is a wholly owned First Nations organization that operates 7 casinos across Saskatchewan. The Bear Claw Casino and Hotel on the White Bear First Nation near Carlisle, Dakota Dunes Casino on the Whitecap Dakota First Nation near Saskatoon, Gold Eagle Casino on the Mosquito First Nation in North Battleford, Gold Horse Casino on the Little Pine First Nation in Lloydminster, Living Sky Casino on the Nikanit First Nation in Swift Current, Northern Lights Casino on the Peter Ballantine Cree Nation in Prince Albert, and the Painted Hand Casino on the Kakawishtahow First Nation in Yorkton.
Hi, I'm Zane Hansen, President and CEO of Saskatchewan Indian Gaming Authority, and I'm proud to be presenting this year's Priority Focus Award. I'd like to take a moment to congratulate Richard Ahenecue, General Manager at our Northern Lights Casino in Prince Albert, for receiving the Roger Phillips Chamber Builder Award. Richard's been with SIGA since the beginning and personifies what SIGA stands for in his leadership abilities and community contributions. Congratulations, Richard. It felt fitting that the theme for this year's ABEX Priority Focus Award was resilience. This has been an incredibly tough year for companies of all sizes, for individuals and communities. But what makes us as Saskatchewan companies so unique is our resilience and our ability to push through and to pivot. At SIGA, we take great pride in being a leading First Nations gaming and entertainment organization, and we will soon be celebrating 25 years of operations in Saskatchewan. During this time, we've grown from 4 to 7 casinos and become a significant First Nations employer in our province. Our purpose has always been to strengthen the lives of First Nations people through employment, economic growth, and community relations. Our success has always been built on the service of our employees and the support of our customers. And this year in particular, everyone who comes through our doors are so important, and we've made many investments to keep everybody healthy and safety. While we operate as a business, we're also a nonprofit whereby 100% of our earnings go back to our beneficiaries, First Nation, and the province each and every year. We look forward to working with our community stakeholders, customers, and employees to continue making our contribution to a vibrant Saskatchewan economy. We're excited to be here today among our peers in the business community. On behalf of SIGA, I'd like to congratulate all of the nominees for your resilience and continued contributions during this challenging year. The winner of this year's award has exemplified the spirit of resilience and was also able to thrive during a global pandemic. And the winner of the 2020 ABEX Priority Focus Award, presented by SIGA, is the Tangerine Group of Companies. Congratulations.
Tangerine is a beloved restaurant in Regina that had to make drastic changes to its business model when forced to close its doors at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. Tangerine limited its menu, expanded freezer meal options, and moved to home deliveries and curbside pickup for its customers. Tangerine also opened its cafe area as a grocery store because it saw that many people in the local community did not have a way to get to grocery stores and were missing out on fresh fruits, vegetables, and baking supplies. Schoolhouse, another important part of the Tangerine Group of Companies, is a cooking school that hosts nightly classes for kids, teens, and adults, where kitchen confidence is fostered. Knowing that in-person classes were no longer an option, Schoolhouse quickly created the House Guest program, which offered live, virtual classes hosted online. Owner Amy picked up an apron and invited friends into her own kitchen for great meals and tips without skipping a beat.
Thank you, Saskatchewan Chamber of Commerce. My team and I are humbled to be recognized for something that I think is in the DNA of all Saskatchewan people, and that's resilience. We were just doing what we had to do, like so many other businesses. After a couple of days of panic, not knowing, is this it? We decided, no, we're not shutting down. People still needed to eat, and we cook for some people who don't always know where their next meal is coming from. There's nothing like a pandemic to make us realize that we too are essential workers. Seeing our customers' faces when we brought them their mac and cheese, their meatloaf, made us get out of bed in the morning with a new sense of purpose. My team makes me want to get out of bed every day too. Thank you for your resilience. Special thanks to our operations manager, Shanna Marie, and our head chef, Diane, who I also call Mom, my catering lead, Merrick, and of course our baker, Carla. Of course, too, my poor husband, Dean. It was my bright idea to move our cooking classes online, live from our kitchen at home. He was always there to rescue me when I couldn't get Zoom to work or my microphone failed for yet one more time. I couldn't do this without you. To my fellow entrepreneurs, it could just as easily be any of you receiving this award right now. We are all digging deeper. We are all doing our best to take care of our people. I ask you to take care of you. Whether your business continues, you've closed, or you're not sure how you'll come through this pandemic, please hold your head high and know you're not alone. I predict future generations will look back at us with admiration. I'd like to think our great-grandparents would be proud of us too. Our theme tonight is the Roaring 20s, but I love the quote, "Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's the quiet voice at the end of the day that says, I'll try again tomorrow." I would add that a little stubborn Saskatchewan DNA doesn't hurt either. Thanks, everyone. Let's stay resilient and safe together.
Wow.
Congratulations, the Tangerine. I love saying that. Tangerine team. You know what? She did make a great point there about her poor husband, Dean. I do say that it takes two. It takes a village and it takes a family. So to all the partners and all the families, this is your night to celebrate as well.
Yeah. For supporting your entrepreneurs.
Exactly.
Can't do it alone.
Can't do it alone. So with that being said, let's go to the next award, which is the Business Leader of the Year award. Now, this award is presented to an individual who exemplifies the qualities of business visionary. The 2020 ABEX Business Leader of the Year goes to someone right here in Saskatoon, Greg Ewell. This award is proudly presented by the University of Regina. Let's hear more about the great work they do before we hear from the man himself.
The ABEX Business Leader of the Year Award is sponsored by the University of Regina. The University of Regina has long enjoyed a deep and rewarding connection to the province's business community. The foundation for that relationship is, and always has been, realized through people. It's people who build our province's prosperity, create our valued partnerships, and advance our shared values. They flourish under programs like our Cooperative Education and Internships program, which last year yielded our students 865 placements and earned them $10.5 million. Our skilled graduates become valuable employees for local job markets. Our faculty members and policy scholars provide expert advice and consultation, advising business and government on all aspects of corporate development and policy development that supports economic success and social and cultural well-being.
On behalf of the University of Regina, I want to introduce and congratulate the recipient of the 2020 ABEX Award for Business Leader of the Year, Mr. Greg Ewell, President of Saskatoon's PIC Investment Group Incorporated. PIC Investment Group began in 1976 as Prairie Industrial Chemicals Limited, a startup chemical distribution company founded by Greg's father, Jim. Jim grew the business by operating 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, every week of the year. Just 4 years later, the company had annual sales in excess of $5 million and had established branch offices and warehouses across the prairies. By its 15th year, sales had surpassed $26 million annually. Having inherited his father's work ethic, Greg began doing odd jobs in the company when he was only 12 years old. In high school, he spent his summers driving a forklift. And while studying at university, he got more and more involved in the family business. After earning his degree, he moved to Edmonton to work under one of the leading PIC managers at Karen Transport. And when he came back to Saskatoon 7 years later, Greg was well on his way to taking over the helm of the company. Today, PIC Investment Group has evolved into a multi-corporate enterprise, generating more than $400 million in aggregated revenue between its 8 operating companies and equity interests in 20 other businesses. Under Greg's leadership, PIC Investment Group is dedicated to making a meaningful difference in the community through a variety of charitable endeavors. Greg, For your business leadership, for your philanthropy, and for your dedication to the province of Saskatchewan, it's my pleasure to introduce you as the 2020 ABEX Awards Business Leader of the Year. Congratulations to you and to everyone at PIC Investment Group.
Greg Yule is the president and CEO of PIC Investment Group and is known as generous with his experience and knowledge, which he is willing to share with upcoming business people in the province of Saskatchewan. As president of the PIC Investment Group, Greg is responsible for the growth and profitability of the group and its operating companies. PIC also provides financial services, HR support, identification and closing expertise, board governance, and strategic planning for its operating companies. Some of those companies include Roundtable Management, Creos Aviation, Adventure Destinations, Panther Industries, ClearTech Industries, CanGas Propane Inc., Long Lake Insurance LP, and Karen Transportation Systems. Along with being a notable business leader in Saskatchewan, Greg also serves on various charitable boards. He has dedicated his time and expertise to the Saskatchewan Rough Rider Football Club, the Edwards School of Business, Gordie House Sport Complex, the Rick Hansen Foundation, and has served as the lead governor of the CFL, to name but a few of his commitments. Greg Yule is also a passionate supporter of the Jim Pattison Children's Hospital and dedicated 11 years to help bring about the opening of the hospital. Greg Yule is passionate about helping people follow their entrepreneurial instinct to grow their business. Greg continues to be a support for so many businesses and individuals in Saskatchewan. For his leadership and contributions to the business community in Saskatchewan, Greg Yule is the ABEX 2020 Business Leader of the Year.
I was speechless when Steve and Monica told me the Chamber had selected me for Business Leader of the Year. One of my friends was equally surprised and wondered if I had applied for the award, or sponsored it, or bought it in some way. While another wondered if I was retiring. Good to have friends. Despite me having to defend myself to those yahoos, I am greatly humbled and genuinely honored, especially in this year where we survived unprecedented challenges and gut-wrenching stress. Many of us felt that a lifetime of effort was at risk of amounting to zero, and some did lose. It is very difficult for me that the Chamber instructed me to talk about me rather than PIC Group, because there is nothing we ever do on our own. I'm so glad to be sharing this evening with my team, and I will use my time to try and inspire others to pursue your dreams with vigor, as well as get involved in the community. Because I suspect this award has as much to do with my community involvement as it does with the success of our business. I've always felt lucky to be able to volunteer, and I have my employers, co-workers, and mostly Olivia to thank for that. Because we can all invest some money or some time to the things that we find important. And when you invest both money and time, there is a real cost of energy, and it's generally your family that takes a back seat. So thank you dearly, because the learning about process and people and scenarios that I would not otherwise have had exposure to in our business has seasoned my leadership. But the opportunity to make a difference is a real thrill. And we are so lucky that our communities are just the right size that one person can put in a good effort and really make a difference. Please get involved, because I look back with great pride as having helped advance the Trucking Association, the Chamber of Commerce, football, Rajmanic Mentorship, the Jim Pattison Children's Hospital, and others. Volunteer service is a metaphor for business or your career. In each, you are identifying, then procuring, then fulfilling an opportunity. Opportunities are all around us. People see them and scratch their chin about opportunities all the time. And when you pounce on an opportunity and seize the experience and bring it to fruition, then you're leading your own life and possibly the lives of others, including an organization. Maybe that's the difference between leading and following, and it does not have to be huge. You can follow along and take what life gives you, or you can choose to lead your own life. Be the leader of you. One characteristic of PIC Group is it is full of leaders. We are a responsibility-centric organization, and we all lead. I'm extremely competitive, and I want to win. The definition of winning is a longer story than what we have time for right now. It is in the eye of the beholder. We are at a very special time in the history of our province, and it has been 100 years since we had the opportunity that we have in front of us. We are uniquely positioned to win. By this, I mean that we can lead the country in economic expansion, economic development, value creation for our commodities and our current talents. We can ramp up our innovation and attract investment, and by doing these things, we will bring our neighbors along with us, but lead in prosperity. And it's possible when it's done one business at a time, by the people in the business. With the help of good policy, industry will follow, and I will be delighted to continue to find a parade and jump in front of it.
Wow, yeah, Greg Ewell, pretty formidable guy. Good DNA, because his dad, Jim, was actually chair of the Provincial Chamber of Commerce, 1990, 1991.
Yes, he was.
Comes from good stock. And, you know, I want to congratulate Greg, and he pointed out there, too, Olivia, his lovely wife, long-suffering. Just kidding. Actually, Greg, really, you wouldn't be anywhere without Olivia. And I just want to put that plug in because I went to high school with Olivia and known her for a long time. But really, congratulations to the family and all they've done.
Yeah.
And he said something there. He says, you know, this might have to do with what he does in the community more than the business, but I think it's a bit of both because they've built a beautiful business there. They really invest back into our lovely city and our province in some very pivotal industries. So thank you very much for that, Greg and Olivia. So our next award is going to be presented to an individual who's made a positive contribution to Saskatchewan. The individual has taken a lead role in developing solutions to improve the lives of people in their community. And this one makes me so happy. The ABEX Community Leader of the Year Award recipient in 2020 is Chief Cadmus Delorum. I'm so looking forward to watching Chief Delorme's video. This gentleman can speak from the heart and knows what he is talking about. But before we get to see Chief Cadmus, we're going to hear from our sponsor of this Community Leader of the Year Award, Sask Energy.
The ABEX Community Leader of the Year Award is sponsored by Sask Energy. Sask Energy is Saskatchewan's natural gas distribution and transportation company serving residential, farm, commercial, and industrial customers. Through the safe, reliable, and affordable delivery of natural gas, along with energy efficiency and public safety programming, Sask Energy strives to produce high levels of service while providing customers with innovative energy solutions. Sask Energy is committed to the communities it serves and works to strengthen relationships with its stakeholders, including local communities, regulatory agencies, and Indigenous groups and organizations. Sask Energy is also committed to environmental stewardship in its operations, ensuring technology and processes are in place to reduce its environmental impact. Sask Energy is a proud sponsor of the Community Leader of the Year Award and would like to congratulate all nominees and finalists at this year's ABEX Awards for the difference they make to Saskatchewan communities.
Good evening. My name is Connie Parisian and I'm the Director of Indigenous and Community Engagement at Sask Energy. I'm honored to represent Sask Energy at the 2020 ABEX Awards and to present the Community Leader of the Year Award. With the ongoing pandemic, 2020 has been a difficult year for many people, communities, and organizations. As a company that serves people of Saskatchewan, it is our mission to get essential energy to homes and businesses throughout the province. Sask Energy is committed to the communities we serve. We are proud to support people and organizations through energy efficiency and public safety programming, environmental sustainability initiatives, and grassroots community engagement. On behalf of Sask Energy, I'm pleased to present the Community Leader of the Year Award to Chief Cadmus Delorum. Chief Cadmus is an inspiring leader and a dedicated advocate not only for his community, but for all communities. Combined with his vibrant approach to building relationships and fostering change, he is a more than worthy recipient of the award. It is Sask Energy's honor to have a relationship with Chief Cadmus and Cowes First Nation. Through his presentations, community engagement efforts, and his support of reconciliation, Chief Cadmus has had a positive impact on our organization and on our team of employees. Congratulations, Chief Cadmus Delorme, and thank you for your exceptional leadership and for your commitment to your community.
Chief Cadmus Delorme, a Cree and Saulteaux, is a citizen of the Cowessess First Nation and has been chief since 2016 and was re-elected in 2019. When Cadmus Delorme was a student at the First Nations University of Canada, he was an active member of the Student Association and served as a student ambassador. He received the Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Medal in 2012 for his student leadership and the hospitality he showed Prince Charles and Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, during their visit to the First Nations University. Chief Delorme has put a number of innovative and beneficial initiatives into place that have had a significantly positive effect on the First Nation of Cowessess. Along with impactful wind and solar power projects, Chief Cadmus spearheaded additional investment in agricultural and economic development. Under Chief Delorme's leadership, the Cowessess First Nation has ratified its own Child and Family Services Act, launched the first Indigenous-centered autism research project, and has opened the Sacred Wolf Lodge, a 10-bedroom home for children in care. Chief Delorme has been on the forefront of healthcare by partnering with an online healthcare provider to provide remote support for Cowessess First Nation community members, and by connecting with the community often and effectively throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. Chief Delorme continues to use Facebook to update his community with regular videos, urging caution and providing education based on scientific evidence. Cadmus Delorme is a dedicated husband. He and his wife Kimberly have 2 children. For his commendable leadership and unwavering commitment to furthering the Cowessess First Nation, Chief Cadmus Delorme is an inspiration to leaders across Canada.
Hello, Tanse. My name is Cadmus Delorme. I'm the recipient to the 2020 ABEX Community Leader of the Year. It was so exciting and such an honor to be chosen this year as the recipient. Cowessess First Nation, I've lived here my whole life, and I always like to share that it takes a community to raise a child. And so, number one, this community that I grew up in and the neighboring communities raised me to be resilient, to have fun, and to get things done in a good way. Celebrating business success has always been our way here on Cowessess First Nation. We have been farmers, we are into renewable energy, we have gas stations, and so when you become a chief, you help nudge your people in the right way, but at the same time, my people have nudged me in the right way, so I share this award with all my Cowessess First Nation people and our supporting people that come to help Cowessess and making us a success one day at a time. We're in some interesting times during the COVID-19. Navigating the challenges has been one of the biggest obstacles, but with that also comes opportunities. It gives Cowessess a chance to review our strategy as to are we adapting to make sure that we help our community to sustain for 7 generations to come. And that is something we do in our businesses, and when awards like this are given, it lets us know, and myself as well, that we're on the right track. So this award really means a lot, knowing that as a chief, I'm helping not only Cowessess First Nation, but this province get stronger one day at a time. Cowessess always likes to work together. One of my mandates, and I was raised by my parents, and my wife's reminds me of this, is we work together. We have different skin colors, we have different histories, different backgrounds, but today we all inherited this together. So getting an award like what I got here reminds me of the hard work that still needs to be done, but it's something like this that motivates me to want to get to that finish line. Strategically and innovatively, we must find ways to approach. And that is something that I really like when I sit on boards I help with communities, I help off the First Nations mandates in helping this province, helping this country, is that innovation comes in many different ways. One of the best innovation is your attitude, and that's something that I like to show when I'm in rooms, is have good attitude, have a good laugh, but also get some hard work done. The Truth and Reconciliation calls to action are a laid out plan by over the 100 residential school survivors. We don't need anybody in the grandstands. Everybody has to play their part. Number 92 directly talks about the economic development aspect. And as someone who was raised by 2 residential school survivors, I am now an advocate, and I pass that forward, that the more advocates we have, the less that we sentence the next generation. In conclusion, I want to thank the committee that chose me. I take this as an honor, but it also allows me to take this role seriously, that one day at a time, this province is going to grow. We are going to have more reconciliation, and I promise to play my part. And with that, thank you very much for choosing me as your 2020 Community Leader of the Year. Hi, Nanaskaman.
Nice.
Wow. Congratulations, Chief Delorme. I mean, I love everything that he had to say in that speech. Best innovation is your attitude.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Yeah, the
I
guy's
know.
a leader.
I so young, so wise,
Yeah.
and so much more that we're going to see from him.
What's he going to give us? You know, what?
Well, I don't know, maybe an M&M wrap? Because I know you said that he looked like M&M back in the day, or?
One time in his
One
life
time?
he did. Sorry,
okay.
Chief.
Well, I really enjoyed that speech. A lot came out of that. So anyways, let's move on. Our next category is the Young Entrepreneur of the Year Award. The ABEX Young Entrepreneur of the Year Award is presented to entrepreneurs that achieved success in the startup of operation of a new or existing business. In 2020, the recipients of this award have not only kept their new business open, they also served their community, grown their service offering, and have become a renowned local business. Congratulations to Mark and Katie Simolinski from the Everyday Kitchen. And thank you to Cameco, the sponsor of this award. So let's roll that tape.
The ABEX Young Entrepreneur of the Year Award is sponsored by Cameco. Cameco, based in Saskatoon, is one of the largest global providers of the fuel needed to energize a clean air world. Dedicated to having strong community relationships, Cameco created a $1 million COVID-19 relief fund this spring to send aid to communities throughout central and northern Saskatchewan. Late this summer, Cameco announced plans to restart Cigar Lake and safely bring employees back to the mine site. Safety is Cameco's top priority, and in addition to congratulating the 2020 ABEX Award nominees, the Cameco team also wishes everyone a safe conclusion to 2020.
Good evening, and thanks for watching. We're gathered across the province tonight to celebrate wonderful entrepreneurs who exceed in business and help in our community. At Cameco, we have sponsored the Young Entrepreneur of the Year Award for many years because we want to recognize the future leaders in our province. This year, the winner is the Everyday Kitchen out of Regina. Congratulations to Mark, Katie, and the entire team. We need more future leaders like you in our province. From all of us at Cameco, keep it going and stay safe.
Mark and Katie Schmilinski opened the Everyday Kitchen in Regina in 2019, and it quickly became known for its signature sourdough donuts. Little did the Schmilinskis know that the COVID-19 pandemic would affect the community they love and the way they did business just 6 months after opening. To ensure they were able to keep the Everyday Kitchen open, the Schmilinskis adapted their business overnight by implementing online ordering for both delivery and curbside pickup. Mark and Katie could see the need in their community, so they began supporting organizations that work with Regina's most vulnerable citizens. Mark and Katie donated 100% of their profits over 2 months, which amounted to $50,000. And continue to donate 10% of profits to local nonprofit organizations. The Everyday Kitchen is opening a second location in Regina in 2021.
Thank you so much for this award. We wanted to thank the Saskatchewan Chamber of Commerce and the award sponsor, Cameco. When we started the Everyday Kitchen, we were intentional that we wanted to do things different, but we never set out to win any awards. So when we actually got the email about our nomination, we thought it was a joke at first. So thank you. It's really honoring and humbling to be recognized and to receive something like this, especially in our first year of operating in our business, because there are so many great businesses and entrepreneurs in our province. And so we're just really honored and humbled to receive this award.
And first of all, we'd really like to thank our team of staff. They took a risk on joining us with our first startup in the fall, and we just wouldn't be able to do it without them. They've worked so hard over the last year. They've been supportive of us, and all through the changes through COVID and how much we pivoted, they didn't skip a beat. They worked very hard, and we definitely would not be here without them. Next, we just really wanted to thank our family and friends who were just very supportive along this way, whether they were playing with our kids, watching our kids, putting up signs at the shop, helping us find where to put things. No matter what they just were so helpful, and especially when times were hard, they listened to us and encouraged us to keep going. And lastly, I just wanted to thank our community all through our home-based business ventures all the way till after our first year of business. We definitely would not be here and expanding to our second location without all of your support and kindness and cheering us on, and for telling your friends and family about us. So we're so thankful for you.
So thank you again for allowing us to be in the market and supporting us, to allow us to run our business in an innovative way where we run it together as a family and we're able to give back to our community from the bottom of our hearts. And everyone at the Everyday Kitchen team, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome. Hey, family
cute
and
couple.
community. Family, and they talked about their kids,
I
because their
know.
kids had to listen to them saying, look, we got a pandemic. How do
Yeah.
we change our business?
Yeah.
That's powerful. Good. Congratulations, Mark and Katie. That is awesome. Now, our next category is the ABEX Growth and Expansion Award. This award is presented to a business that's made significant changes in their business, such as investment or job creation, that's resulted in growth or expansion. In 2020, this recipient has demonstrated the ability to adapt to fundamental changes brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic, and has been able to grow its business by quickly and effectively implementing new systems and structures. The 2020 recipient of the ABEX Growth and Expansion Award is Dutch Growers Regina. Now let's watch a video about the sponsor of this award, PFM Capital Inc.
The ABEX Growth and Expansion Award is sponsored by PFM Capital Inc. PFM Capital Inc. is Saskatchewan's largest private equity investment firm with over $900 million in assets under management across several funds, including Saskatchewan's top-performing retail mutual fund, the SaskWorks Venture Fund. Based in Regina, PFM's niche focus allows investors to benefit from the Prairie's economic strengths by taking advantage of the firm's established local contact network and long-term track record. PFM Capital is employee-owned and has been managing private equity and venture capital funds since 1993. PFM Capital invests in local Saskatchewan and Western Canadian businesses and sponsors numerous initiatives in the province. PFM congratulates all recipients at the 2020 ABEX Awards for their resilience.
Hello everybody, Ben Finley here, Investor Relations with PFM Capital. PFM is once again really excited to be sponsoring this year's ABEX Awards. At PFM, we are a private equity investment management firm, and we're raising capital here in Saskatchewan and in turn placing capital back into Saskatchewan privately held companies. We're really excited to sponsor this year's Growth and Expansion Award once again. Congratulations to all the nominees, and special congratulations to Dutch Growers. I've seen Dutch Growers have success over the term. I've watched their expansion, and it's really exciting. I drive past the facility each day on my way to work, and it's been fabulous to watch that company do what they have through this trying time. Again, at PFM, we're raising capital in Saskatchewan and putting it back into Saskatchewan-based companies. We're very, very proud to sponsor this year's award. Congratulations again to all the nominees, and once again, congratulations, Dutch Growers. Well done in a crazy year. Thank you.
Dutch Growers Regina is a lifestyle store and garden center that specializes in plants, home decor, gourmet food, and fashion. When the COVID-19 pandemic forced many businesses to close their doors, Dutch Growers quickly ramped up its online store and implemented a unique curbside pickup option with a locker system that is 100% contact-free. Its online store grew from filling between 10 and 20 orders daily to 700 orders per day. Through its significant growth, Dutch Growers has remained at the forefront of health and safety by choosing to ensure that staff and guests wear masks and by sanitizing constantly. It was also one of the first businesses in Saskatchewan to introduce plexiglass barriers. While navigating these challenging times, Dutch Growers is building a new and very innovative, environmentally sustainable location in Regina. The growth and expansion of Dutch Growers is an exceptional and inspiring success story for small businesses everywhere.
Thank you so very much to the Chamber for this incredible honor. It means the world to us. When COVID hit, we looked at our team and we decided two things. First, that we would keep everyone who wanted to employed, and we would focus on safety ahead of all else. And we would still grow and still build. We would move forwards, not backwards. The challenge that we face is that our product can't sit on a shelf. It can't wait another week or month. It's a living crop requiring daily care. There was no turning back. There was no ability to cancel or wait. We had no choice but to grow on. We cannot grow crops remotely, so we worked as families. Moms trained their daughters, sisters trained their brothers. We functioned as families, as pods. We need to thank our Dutch team, especially our core group of managers and the COVID kids, who along with our 3 children, ran our online store this spring. At our peak, they were processing 400 orders a day and adding hundreds and hundreds of items to our site. The public's desire to garden hit us like a tidal wave, and this team of teens, we never would have made it through spring without them. Then when we thought, hey, we've got this online thing all figured out, we were mandated to reopen as an essential service. Gardening, growing, it is essential. In 72 hours, we set up an entire garden center. This process normally takes weeks, and we were only able to do this with the support of our management team. To our children, Carson, Rylan, and Avery, thank you. Your commitment to this business and our family, it's our greatest gift. To the local businesses that came to our rescue this spring, from plexiglass sanitizer, posters, and floor stickers, to other businesses running deliveries for us on Easter and Mother's Day. We value your friendship and commitment to small business. You define the motto, we are in this together, and we are forever grateful. To our new center's construction team, led by Westridge and BDC Financial, thank you for trusting in us and making this dream a reality. To the community of Regina, your support of local business was tremendous this season, and your conscious decision to choose local, it's what kept us afloat. As our new garden center is now rising on the horizon of Highway 1, we took the time to put the traditional handprints in the concrete and to etch a reminder to ourselves, a touchstone of sorts. At our entrance, it now says, behind the success of every small business, there is a family. Our family thanks you, for your support is our biggest success.
Congratulations, Dutch Growers. That is a fantastic achievement. I love spending my money or my husband's money at Dutch Growers. I wouldn't say my husband appreciates that, but it's a great place. You can get lost in there all day.
That's what I hear.
You know what? This is a different atmosphere, John. I mean, here we are tonight. We have no audience. We got no heckling going on. We have no one to pick on. No distractions.
It's a little tough.
I mean, at least we're laughing at each other's jokes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Steve is wearing his second pair of sweats now.
Yeah, now he is. Yes, yes. But you know what? I know that, we can't see you, but you can see me. So I'm going to do a little bit of a Carol Burnett right now.
Oh, my.
Oh, yes. I love her, and so this is to all my friends and family and all the places that I've lived throughout Saskatchewan. So this is to all my friends and family in Hanley. And here's to all my friends and family in Kerrobert. Nokomis. Yeah. Regina. Hello, Regina friends. And Clavette.
Boom.
Yeah, I got to get it. And Saskatoon, of course. Anyways, we're having a good time. I hope you're having a good time. We're almost through this all. We're having some good, safe, fun, clean.
Yeah, good, clean fun.
Good, clean fun. Anyways, got to enjoy ourselves while we can. So let's go on. One of my other awards that is one of my favorites is the Marketing Award. And it's presented to the business that have implemented successful marketing strategy that has performed exceptionally well. The ABEX 2020 recipient has been creative in finding new ways to reach customers and market its brand or product during the global pandemic. The ABEX Marketing Award recipient is, I love this name.
Great name.
I love the name.
Great name.
Great name. Should we do it together?
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Pile of Bones Brewing Company. The ABEX Marketing Award is sponsored by Minard's Leisure World. Let's roll the video before we see Pile of Bones.
ABEX Marketing Award is sponsored by Minard's Leisure World. Minard's Leisure World, based in Weyburn, is the #1 RV dealership in Saskatchewan and prides itself as having the best deals and full-service offering in the province. In 2020, Minard's continued to expand and welcomed Success RV and Watrous into the Minard's family. By helping clients begin their outdoor and RV adventure on any budget, Minard's Leisure World has become synonymous with great prices and unsurpassed service. Minard's Leisure World is a proud sponsor of the ABEX Marketing Award and congratulates all ABEX 2020 recipients.
Hi everyone, Susan Minard, Minard's Leisure World in Weyburn and Watrous, and I'm excited to present the Marketing Award tonight. In 2015, we were thrilled to accept both the Marketing and the Business of the Year award from the Sask Chamber. It's an evening we'll never forget. 6 years ago, Minard's Leisure World had the honor of becoming one of Canada's best managed companies. We have kept up with this designation every year, and this year we're working toward our platinum level. These awards have definitely had an impact on our business. They have compelled us to function in a state of constant improvement and to give our customers increased confidence when they choose our business. The awards you receive tonight are standing proof of the merits of your business. You earned it, be proud of it, share it with the world. Marketing is very dear to our hearts. If you operate your business out of a small city as we do, marketing is vital for growth. From 2010 to 2013, Minard's Leisure World grew by 750%. What do we attribute it to? Marketing. It also happens to be one of the most difficult things to measure, and the platforms change constantly. We currently have a marketing team of 4 people. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? But we're busy daily with websites, Facebook pages, radio, and other social media. If you're a nominee for this category, then you know just how much time it takes to be on top of all the ideas and the social platforms. You'll also understand just how important it is. No business is successful just to one person working alone. Much like winning the Marketing Award, it's never the result of one person. We all have teams that work beside us every day and make the magic happen. Today, while the business name is the one you hear, it's important to recognize it's the strength of the team, it's the strength of the entire organization that makes every business successful. On behalf of Minard's Leisure World, I'm incredibly proud to present the 2020 Marketing Award to Pile of Bones, a brewery in Regina that set up saskbeerdelivery.com as a way for all brewers and distillers in Saskatchewan to access clients even during COVID times. They were able to create new revenue streams for themselves as well as their fellow brewmasters in the province. Pile of Bones, congratulations. Woo. Cheers.
Pile of Bones Brewing Company is an award-winning craft brewery in Regina. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit, Pile of Bones was forced to lay off most of its front-of-house staff, but quickly recouped lost sales by launching saskbeerdelivery.ca, an online beer delivery platform. Pile of Bones contacted other Saskatchewan brewers to invite them to join the delivery platform. This initiative was so successful that additional people were hired to deal with the increased demand. The platform now carries products from several breweries, distillers, wineries, as well as kombucha and non-alcoholic beverages. This new site and delivery system that Pile of Bones created and successfully marketed to producers and consumers has opened up an entirely new revenue stream for the Saskatchewan beer industry.
Hi, I'm Josh Morrison from the Pile of Bones Brewing Company. On behalf of myself and my partners,
Nathan Carey, Brent Babiak, and Glenn Valgertson, I'm thrilled to accept the 2020 ABEX Award for Marketing. I'd like to thank the Saskatchewan Chamber of Commerce for hosting what is truly one of the most prestigious awards you can win in the Saskatchewan business community. I'd like to thank my staff and our team down at Pile of Bones, both the back of the house and the front of house. They are just tremendous folks who work hard every day to bring our beers to you. You know, for us, marketing is all about community and bringing folks together and supporting local. And when you support local, you're supporting your friends, your family, your neighbors, and you're really helping to build the kind of community that we all want to live in. So thanks a bunch. We hope to see you down at Pile of Bones soon. And thanks, everyone.
Well done, Pile of Bones. And if you're wondering where Pile of Bones is, it's Regina. Right? Regina. And back in the day, a bunch of Métis, back in the day, we used to go clean up all the bison bones that the Americans killed all these bison. We'd fill up our Red River carts, take them to Pile of Bones, and they would sell
Pile of Bones.
Regina.
Regina.
And we would sell those bones to Ontario, and they would turn them into fertilizer or bone china. And we would make $8 to $12 a ton for selling Pile of Bones to Ontario. A little Saskatchewan tip for you guys.
Oh, Ontario.
A little bit of trivia. Ontario. Anyway, congratulations, Pile of Bones. Our next award for the evening is the New Venture Award, folks. And the ABEX New Venture Award is presented to a business that's been in existence for 3 years or less, has shown positive performance in terms of current or expected profitability, job creation, and or entry into new markets. In 2020, this recipient has created a unique new product that can be used in fighting the COVID-19 virus. The 2020 recipient of the ABEX New Venture Award is Sanazone. This award is sponsored by the Saskatchewan Ministry of Trade and Export Development. Let's roll their video before we hear more about Sanazone.
The ABEX New Venture Award is sponsored by the Saskatchewan Ministry of Trade and Export Development. The Saskatchewan Ministry of Trade and Export Development advances economic growth to generate wealth and opportunity in Saskatchewan. This ministry plays a key role in accomplishing the goals laid out in Saskatchewan's plan for growth, including increasing private investment and growing and diversifying export markets. The ministry fosters a competitive business environment and promotes trade. In 2020, the ministry created the Business Response Team to help businesses navigate the challenge of COVID-19 and adhere to the Reopen Saskatchewan plan. In 2021, the ministry plans to open 3 new international offices in Japan, Singapore, and India to help Saskatchewan companies increase trade in those markets and to attract investment from these.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. While things may look a little different this year as I can't be with you in person, I'm very pleased to be here with you virtually to present the New Venture Award on behalf of the Ministry of Trade and Export Development. I'd like to take a moment to recognize the hard work of the Saskatchewan Chamber of Commerce and all of the business you represent. It's been an extremely difficult year for us all, but you have managed to persevere even through the most challenging times. The government of Saskatchewan is proud of the businesses that call this province home, many of which acted swiftly when COVID-19 hit. You faced unprecedented challenges and more than risen to the occasion. I would also like to recognize the many businesses that pivoted to produce medical supplies or personal protection equipment for local business, the provincial school system, the healthcare industry, and our families. The Ministry of Trade and Export Development is committed to advancing economic growth in Saskatchewan and supporting our businesses and entrepreneurs through various programs and incentives. The ABEX Awards are an excellent way to honor the outstanding work of these individuals. The Ministry of Trade and Export Development is proud to be a sponsor of the ABEX New Venture Award category. This award goes to a new business venture which has been in existence for 3 years or less. Nominees have shown positive performance in terms of current or expected profitability, job creation, or entry into new markets. Nominees in this category are judged on financial criteria and the nature of their new venture. They're also judged on its impact on job creation and market expansion, also taking into account the relative size of the new venture. It takes tremendous commitment, dedication, and passion to start something new that creates values for others by growing economies at the local level. I congratulate all the finalists on the strength of your ideas and your courage to break new ground. The 2020 ABEX Award winner in the New Venture category, presented by the Saskatchewan Ministry of Trade and Export Development, is SanaZone Technologies. Congratulations on your well-deserved award.
The SanaZone decontamination system was invented when Sean Frisky began building a prototype piece of equipment that would deactivate the COVID-19 virus. Laboratory tests began on the live COVID-19 virus, and tests confirmed that SanaZone is 99.9% effective in deactivating the virus. The SanaZone decontamination system uses ozone to efficiently attack pathogens including bacteria, fungus, and viruses at a cellular level. SanaZone can sanitize buses, casinos, office buildings, large-scale warehouses, schools, subways, and mine operations. Interest in the decontamination system from international corporations, hotel chains, and manufacturers continues to grow.
I would like to start by thanking the ABEX Committee for continuing with the ABEX Awards in such a challenging time for local business. And I would like to thank them for recognizing our team at Ground Effects and the work we have done in developing the SanaZone technology. Like many companies back in March, we were faced with a lot of uncertainty as several of our contracts were postponed or canceled because of COVID. Our traditional line of work in the environmental technology sector was slow as customers curtailed spending. But during that time, a former customer and colleague challenged us to come up with a technology to decontaminate spaces for coronavirus. It was a challenge, but an exciting one that reinvigorated the company and gave our team an exciting focus during uncertain times. Today, 6 months later, we have a product, the SanaZone, used to decontaminate unoccupied spaces of coronavirus. That amazing leap from product inception to commercialization was the result of our amazing team at Ground Effects. Most have been there for many, many years. So a big thank you to our amazing team at Ground Effects who have the ability to solve any problem I put in front of them. They're truly amazing. We are very excited for the opportunity to help businesses stay open safely with our SanaZone technology in these unprecedented times. Thank you so much for the award. Awesome.
Atta go, man. Atta go, Mr. Frisky. Yeah, isn't that great? And, you know, talk about timely adaptation of business at a particular time. Like, my goodness, how timely. Good for them. So, folks, as you know, the ABEX Award recipients were announced a couple months ago, so there's no surprises today. But the Business of the Year has not been announced. The recipient of this award has been chosen from the recipients of one of the 2020 ABEX Awards. This business has created resilience in their business by pivoting on what they do best and offering a service that has proven to be to stand the stresses brought on by this pandemic. The Business of the Year award has been carefully guarded secret, and we're really excited to hear from the sponsors of this award, the David Applin Group. Angela Degelman from the David Applin Group will present the award after this next video.
The ABEX Business of the Year is sponsored by David Applin Group. The David Applin Group has a 45-year track record of success in professional, specialized recruitment. It provides top talent to businesses across Canada in engineering, accounting and finance, IT, administration, HR, sales, and more. Not only does David Applin recruit for executive and permanent full-time positions, it also fills temporary and contract roles. Not only does David Applin recruit, David Applin Consultants are committed to the Saskatchewan market, helping local talent find work and bring national talent into the province when the need arises. Positively impacting lives is at the core of what David Applin does. Through the COVID-19 pandemic, it continued to help Saskatchewan locals grow their businesses and their careers.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you are enjoying tonight's event from your homes, offices, or wherever you've chosen to celebrate. This is the 8th year in a row that the David Applin Group has had the honor of presenting the Business of the Year Award on behalf of the Saskatchewan Chamber of Commerce. And never before has it been more of an honor than today during these remarkably unprecedented times. There are many organizations in our fine province that could be considered for tonight's prestigious award. As a matter of fact, any business that has survived, pivoted, reacted creatively and decisively, and just really put the hard work in that is necessary to be able to continue to run a business in these uncharted waters deserves to be noticed and celebrated. Tonight, however, we can only offer one of these outstanding organizations this fine honor. The organization that was selected this evening stood out for many, many reasons. The first of which was their ability to very quickly react to the strict and necessary protocols around the COVID-19 pandemic. They were one of the first businesses in the province to implement plexiglass in their checkout areas, and they also developed a curbside and locker contact-free pickup system. They looked after the health and safety of their employees and insisted on the use of masks at the very onset of the pandemic, even if it meant unhappy customers or a potential loss in revenue. But guess what happened? Their online orders went from 15 to over 700 daily, and they were able to continue the completion and planning of their new space and eventually moved in to their new location. Not only that, throughout all of this, the wonderful family that runs this organization went through some very significant personal challenges as well. The family completely rallied together to support one another as well as their business operations. So, without further delay, on behalf of the Saskatchewan Chamber of Commerce in their 100th year and the David Applin Group, it is my pleasure to announce that the recipient of the 2020 Business of the Year Award goes to Dutch Growers Home and Garden in Regina, Tim and Karen Van Duvedijk and family. Congratulations and well deserved.
Good for them.
Whoa!
Wow, congratulations to that
Awesome.
family and the Dutch Growers people. Wow, congratulations to you. And there will be a speech by them on social media in the next few days, so please go watch and check it out. And congratulate them, because, you know, in these trying times, man, anytime you can pull something off like what they did,
Yeah.
tip of the
Hats
hat.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to all the 2020 ABEX nominees and the winners. I have to thank our presenting sponsor again, Connexus Credit Union, and all of our other sponsors of this wonderful evening as well. To the recipients, hey, congratulations. Take your trophy, be proud of it, enjoy. It's been an incredibly challenging year, and some of the most amazing businesses have come through it and done what we have to do in order to continue doing what we do and keeping this province growing strong. You've achieved something extraordinary, and you're all winners in the Saskatchewan business community.
Oh, John, it's already the end. And I know some of us are tired. Tired right now, probably of us.
Yeah.
Tired because they're at home and maybe have had a few bits of celebrations.
A little bit of booze.
Yeah. Exhausted, probably, of the many swings that we've had. Some pretty wild swings we've had in the last 8 months and that we've received. And then many more to come.
Mm-hmm.
And the many elections. Are we done with these elections
done.
already? Okay, thank God we're done. Are we done with the snowstorms?
Can't tell you.
Okay, all right, because like, what about the restrictions
Can't tell you.
and the lockdowns?
Do your best.
I don't know. But I am reminded of a quote by Martin Luther King Jr. Never lose hope. Storms make people strong,
They do.
and they never last forever. So, us Saskatchewan people, we know a little thing about storms,
We do.
and we are resilient, as you said earlier.
Very much so.
We don't know what the future will bring, but we know Saskatchewan business is going to continue to achieve excellence and lead the provincial economic recovery. And so we are looking forward to celebrating more of these achievements in business at the ABEX in 2021. And if we do our part and listen, then hopefully we will meet again face to face. So until then, in closing, I stole this from somebody earlier, about a month ago. He did the same thing. So thank you, Evan, for this. Here we go. Romper, stomper, bomper, boo. Tell me, do. Magic mirror, tell me, Did all my friends have fun tonight? Okay, I know I had a fun time with you, John, tonight. It was a blast, even though there's no one out there.
I know.
But I gotta say, in ending, on behalf of the Saskatchewan Chamber of Commerce, I would like to tell everybody, please stay safe tonight.
Please stay well.
Stay strong.
And overall, stay Saskatchewan.
All right.
Good
With
night,
that being
everybody.
said, good night, everybody.
Have a good night, everybody. Be well. Congratulations, winners.
Yes.